Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because somewhere around the world, that is truly what time it is. I'm your host. My name is Tony X, and hopefully we are live right now. Yes, we are. So before we get into the show, let me just do this. Please be mindful this show is for 18 years of age and older. All copyright laws will be respected, but this show is intended to use the Fair Use Act of it. Thank you very much. Please do remember that the New Right Party channel and the New Red Party show is sponsored by patriots like you. And as long as you're sending these donations, it allows me to create the content that will continue to make these motherfuckers sick. As you were.
He's on fire!
Versus the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it. Versus the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it.
CEO, bullshit, paying for the pussy, I endorse it, riding through the city, that's my own. I'm glad to have you here with me today. So I don't got time to fuck around or none of that. We gotta just get right into it. Lou Dobbs not in. I'm gonna break this shit down for you so you can understand what the fuck is going on.
Growing possibility now that multiple adversaries attempted parallel cyber attacks against the United States. Cybersecurity experts at Microsoft now say they've identified a second cyber attack that used software from Texas-based IT company SolarWinds, and that attack believed to have been carried out by a separate group from those who used SolarWinds software updates to infiltrate the networks of at least 200 federal agencies, multinational corporations, hospitals, universities, and more. The discovery of the second cyber attack coming as we also learned that SolarWinds was warned 3 years ago about their lax security protocols. We'll have more on that in a few moments. We'll be talking with cybersecurity expert Morgan Wright, and we're also joined by national security expert Fred Fleitz to take up what America needs to be doing right now in the cyber warfare domain. Also this evening, brand new questions about the future of any new investigations into Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden. Attorney General Bill Barr today leaving his job on Wednesday smacked down the prospect.
No reason for Hunter Biden to have a special counsel. You know why? Because they're going to let him get away with the shit that he did. That's why. That's the reason why they didn't take away 230 from these fucking social media platforms, because they've barred you from seeing things that are happening in Europe. Vice versa. Why is that happening? Because there's certain things in Europe that they can see that we can't see. Certain information very pertinent to what's going on right now. They can see it on their end, and we cannot see it on our end. So social media and these platforms, these godforsaken platforms, have gone out of their way to make sure they're working with this government. You're fucked if you're not prepared to die for your freedom. This is very important.
Of a special counsel. Barr's decision coming as more lawmakers are raising concerns about Hunter Biden's overseas business deals and, importantly, his work in China. Plus, after months of stonewalling and playing politics with the lies,
espionage in, or the domains that we had combat in, or differences in,
led to a suspected Russian attack that used SolarWinds software updates this hour as to whether any companies or federal agencies were seriously affected by this particular attack, or just who exactly was behind it. Now, Microsoft does say that a different threat actor carried out the attack and says the attack is
And I'm going to go out of the way and just say China. What other threat actor has that capability? Who else has been paying Majorian candidates to run? Swalwell, Biden, Kamala. Who has their army in the Canadian part of the Americas right now? China.
Likely unrelated to a suspected Russian attack. They used SolarWinds software updates to infiltrate federal and corporate computers. Now, cybersecurity firm first discovered the initial breach of SolarWinds software. Their CEO says all of this is part of the battle for cyberspace dominance.
I think these are folks that we've responded to in the 90s, in the early 2000s. It's a continuing game in cyberspace. You know, there's a time in our lives where the domains that we had espionage in, or the domains that we had combat in, or differences in, were land, sea, air, then space, and now we have.
America, however, has been on the back foot in the battle for cyberspace. Fired DHS cybersecurity chief Christopher Krebs admitted this weekend it was his failures which ultimately allowed the SolarWinds attack to go on.
His failure. You know, it's not just his failure. It's the FBI's failure and the CIA. Because they spent the last 4 years covering up the illegal shit that they did to this nation in preparation for this new world order takeover, and the bullshit that they've been doing, and having to lie so fucking much and cover it up within the media and the news and publications and on social media that they never fucking check their own fucking backyards.
Undetected for many months. There's also a new report about a former advisor to SolarWinds who claims to have warned the company way back in 2017 about factors inside of our systems going undetected.
Now he's gonna
making any impactful changes.
This guy coming up is gonna say something, and then from there on, I gotta give it to you.
Joining me now to take all of this up, former senior State Department advisor, cybersecurity expert Morgan Wright. So, Morgan, what do you make of this latest information? Multiple adversaries, parallel attacks.
You know, Greg, this suspiciously sounds like the conversation you and I had about OPM, a while back. We've got the same set of threat actors inside of our systems going undetected for months, if not over a year. There's indications the initial intrusion into SolarWinds was in there for over a year. They did a dry run back in October. So, as this comes out, one of the big.
I'm asking you to make a donation right now to help flip Georgia and the Senate.
Get the fuck out of here, you fat, nasty, buck-tooth, gap-having, dead. You look fucking dead. Fat, nasty fucking piece of pork shit.
How far did they actually get? What systems were actually touched? And right now, we're in a sense, Greg, we're flying blind. We have no idea the extent. And now the revelation of a second actor. Did they share information? Is this another Russian threat actor? Is this China? There's a lot of work to be done to really figure out and assign attribution. But at the end of the day, Greg, we have been caught not only with our pants down, we have been caught so far behind the lines right now. This is just. I can't even tell you. It's like the equivalent of a nuclear bomb going off. It's just devastating what this impact will have, not just now, but for years to come.
And what's the worst case scenario in terms of damage? I told our viewers a moment ago, we don't know the full extent of the damage done, not just to our government agencies, national security, but to corporations as well. What's your biggest fear on that?
Yeah, something I've talked about before. This sounds suspiciously like what's called IPB, Intelligence Preparation of the Battlefield. When you get into the National Nuclear Security
Intelligence Preparation for the Battlefield
Agency, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, when you get into these places that have sensitive information about our critical infrastructure, from banking to finance to the energy grid to water, my concern is that this information is being stockpiled for use at a future time. Just the ongoing damage of information and data being stolen, and the sensitive conversations happening at government levels. That's one thing, but the collection of vulnerability data, Greg, that's what really concerns me about what's going to be used with this. And again, this has all the characteristics of what the United States does before we go to war.
Did you hear that? This has all the characteristics of what the United States does before we go to war. If you have guns, I swear for God, you better be ready to die next to them. If any police officers come knocking on your door, trying to unlawfully take away your firearms, you need to be ready to fucking fire. I'm telling you this. They may take this whole program down, and I could give a fuck after tonight, because after me hearing this, I'm going to tell you this much. That if Joe Biden is allowed to steal this election and go in office, he's going to go after your guns. The moment you people play pussy and you do not fight for your rights, and you don't fucking stand outside, and you don't burn shit like they did when they wanted to do it. If you don't do it, we will be invaded by a foreign power. Your lives is over. Your livelihoods is over. The careers you built for yourselves, the love you have for your family members is over. You will see war in the United States of America, and you will see it on this land. And the only thing that stops foreign invaders from coming here is the fact that there are over 100 million Americans that have firearms. This is wartime preparation. Joe Biden is the softest motherfucker on the planet. Softest motherfucker alive. And they feel, they know he's no threat because he's in pocket. They know Kamala's no threat. She's in pocket. This is the time for them to strike. Right now. And to the President of the United States of America, sir, you need to fucking do something fast. Because I have no faith in these electors. None. And I don't want to tell anybody how to do their job, but I believe in everything in my might that General Flynn gave you the best and honest solution to take care of this before it's too late. This shit has to be done this week. We cannot continue to wait. We cannot, because it's just going to be bad all across the board. This is wartime preparations. That data is strictly made so they know where to strike. You need to be aware of what's happening. Your congressman Swell, fucking a Chinese spy, he's still alive. Why is he not even charged with treason? She helped get him elected, and they're still trying to hide it from you. He's a spy. He fucked a spy. He put a spy in his fucking office to work as an intern, and he gave up very sensitive information by doing so. He's a fucking spy. And they all knew it. Be prepared to hit them streets, and be prepared to make sure you held these people accountable. And if you're law enforcement and you're watching this, what the fuck are you doing right now? And why are you sitting on your hands? Didn't you swear to defend and protect that Constitution of the United States of America? Didn't you say you was going to do that? Didn't you promise? Didn't you swear to God that you would do it? So why the fuck are you following these fucking people's orders instead of following the Constitution? Why the fuck aren't you protecting and serving the people, and which is in the counties and in the communities and cities and states in which you're supposed to? Instead, you're being oppressors and listening to these fucking communists. This isn't to all good cops, but it's to the ones that's been following these fucked up orders and turning this shit into Nazi Germany. Will you kill your neighbors for defending their rights to be free? Will you lock up your own children because they want to tell the truth and live free? The time of figuring out what benefits you as an officer and as a civilian should soon cross your path, and you should realize that as an officer, you don't have any rights. They telling you what to do. As a civilian, you have all the rights. You're supposed to be protecting them. You continue to go forward and down this path with these people. When they're done using you, they're going to throw you away like they did everyone else. And the people will eat you alive and hold you accountable. They'll give you trinkets and things that'll make you seem like you're important up until they don't need you anymore. And when they don't, they will throw you away like they do everything else. To the sheriffs of this nation that swore to defend this Constitution, we need you. We need our active service members. Where the fuck are you guys? I travel this country. I go so hard for veterans all the time, man. I go hard for you guys, man. Where the fuck are you guys at? Or are you just gonna follow orders? Because if that's what you're gonna do, we don't fucking need you. We need you to protect, defend, and preserve this Constitution of the United States of America. That's the only fucking orders you're supposed to be fulfilling. And anything that circumvents that, you're supposed to be going against it. I don't got long tonight. I don't got long at all. I'm going to let you guys go. Give you some food for thought. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay American. And keep your fucking eyes open. Because that was China, I believe, allegedly, on multiple fronts. And this shit was planned. And this shit was planned while they attacked this president and they attacked this nation. And it's been coordinated since they dropped that fucking bullshit ass virus that's 99.97% survivable. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, Instagram. Fuck you, Facebook. Fuck you,